Hello everyone. So in this tutorial we learn how to create line charts in Plotly, and we'll be just creating a single line chart, and we'll do the entire exercise in 10 steps as written over here. So let's start. Initially we'll import the libraries that are required. So we'll use two libraries. One is Plotly, which is used for charting, and the second one is Pandas, which is used to handle the data frame. The data frame that we'll be working with has 5 rows and 2 columns, which are weight and height. So let's go ahead and create the most basic line chart that we have. So we require just three things here. One is the data frame that we'll mention uh, to create the line chart. Then we have what will be our x-axis and what will be our y-axis. So when we put in these two statements, we'll get a simple line chart, which as you can see here. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to customize this line chart to make it look even prettier and even more eye-catching. So the first thing that I'll do here is I'll try to adjust the size of this entire chart. So to do that, I just need to add these two attributes, which are width and height. Accordingly, you can play around with these two attributes and try tweaking the width and height and see how the figure dimension changes. So the next thing that I'll add is line markers. So line markers are actually these little circles that you see over here. So they do nothing but uh, make the points which are the data points a bit more prominent. So we do that just by adding this particular statement, and once we add the marker size, so we can change the marker size of this line chart using this particular attribute, which is marker size, right? So moving on. So the next thing that I'll do is add data labels. So we can simply add the data labels by adding this particular statement called text equal to height. So the height here is actually the column name present in the data frame, and then our height is mentioned, right? So as you can see, these data labels get added to a line. So as you would notice that okay, these data labels are actually plotted on top of the markers, so we don't want it to be like that. So what I'll do is I'll try to customize it and bring these data labels at the top of the markers, right? So how do we do that is by adding this particular statement, which is fig.update traces, and here I've mentioned the text position to be top center. So what it'll do is it'll pick those data labels and it'll it will plot those data labels at slightly above the markers that we have. Okay, so the next thing that we'll do is we'll add a chart title, and how we do that is we simply mention this particular statement, which is title underscore text, and we also mention the position of the uh, title that we want. So here we've mentioned it as 0.5. So the title is plotted at the very center. If we mention it as 0, then it'll plot the title at the very left. If we mention it as 1, it'll plot the title at the very right. The next thing that I would want to do is I don't want the line to be of this dark blue color. I want it to be a different color. So how would I do that is simply add this particular statement attribute, which is line color equal to turquoise in the update traces statement. So here, as you can see, it has changed the color of the line that we had. The final step that I want to do is I would want to pick a good theme for my chart, and here what I've done just for illustrative purposes is written a for loop and tried to tweak try to show you all the themes that I've written over here. So this is how this plot looks like once for all these themes. So the first one is Plotly, the second one is Plotly White, then we have Plotly Dark, then we have ggplot, Seaborn, Simply White. As you can see, in Simply White, it doesn't contain any grid lines. And finally, we have none. So to change the theme, you need to simply add this particular statement, which is template equal to, and then here you can simply write which template do you want, like Plotly White, Plotly, or Plotly Dark. And that'll be the end of it. It'll give you your desired customized line chart. So that will be all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.